Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, 29th of August 2018. So in the pound, we've hit a bit of resistance here at the 129.35 level, and the market now back below the 20 bar average there, and looking like it's the dead cat bounce that we've seen recently could be over, and we're heading down to retest the 76% and potentially the lows as well. First thing to do here as a downside target in this market is to draw in a fib retracement from there to there, and you've got 128.30. so if you're short, you want to see the market go through this level first, and then you'll want to take out this one at 128 as well in order for the prices to actually move lower there. And then we've got the bigger targets there, and then this low. Wouldn't be too concerned about this one until we potentially take out these areas first. So yesterday, a couple of trades in the pound. You can see some buying coming in there, market sideways. We get the 76% retracement, and I'll just draw that in for you. And we'll take out the extend right there. You'll see it just sits at it. It's amazing, as I said before, how this happens. They just appear in the chart all the time if you know what it is that you're looking for. So the market's tested at the 76%. The buying comes in, selling pressure, a bit more buying there, profit taking at the 129 level, and then the market comes through just marked up. You can see it's just marked up because the volume's low. And then to the 20 bar average, we see the market being tested again, and then the market is free to move higher. There's no more selling around. We go to the R1, 80% of the time the market will stop, see prices come down, they come back up in this bar, and then the selling comes in. The market trades right down to the DP, the 200 bar average, where it's tested. It then finds resistance at Friday's close, two averages above it, and then the market is sideways there to lower. And at the moment the market is showing a bit of weakness. We're looking at the psychological level there now of 128.50. See if the market will hold. At the moment it's looking as if it's switched back to the bearish side. News today, we've got prelim GDP for the US and crude oil inventory, so fairly quiet news day for the pound there. Meanwhile, in the Dow, let's have a look at the daily. Yesterday we've got an upthrust. This means that there was a bit of selling around yesterday. The market traded up in the pre-market session quite nicely, and then was hit by selling in the first part of the trading session. So I'm just going to draw this one in. The market needs to take out 26,149 in order to have a go at the all-time high of 26,701. So watch out for that area there as well. This is slightly overbought at the moment, so there could be a bit of profit taking, but I'm sure this market's not going to give up without having a go at this level first. It's the only one out of the indices that hasn't made a new all-time high. The Nasdaq, the S&P, the Russell, all of those have managed to do that, except for the Dow. And the Dow is really the benchmark that's used by all of the news channels as to whether the stock market is making a new high or not. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. So yesterday, you can see in the pre-market session there, the market moving higher. Up just under 100 points. There's your low for the session, pre-market session that is. It's about 80 points, I think. Let's just have a quick ballpark figure of what this is. 92, there you go. So just under 100 points for the pre-market session, and then nothing. There was just absolutely no interest. It looked like the market was about to move back up here, and then failed to do so, and then just ended up in a sideways move, and then eventually moving down back to where it started in the overnight session before prices bounced off a bit, and then just went back to Friday's high, and that's what it's been doing since. Obviously waiting for those GDP figures today. Market testing here. Was brought back overnight, and see the move overnight is better than the intraday session. It's sorry, the main session, not the intraday session. And at the moment, just sideways there, trying to find support, bit of volume around at the moment from the European traders. And then finally in Bitcoin, the daily chart, the market yesterday managing to get through the 76%, 6928. We're at the 7,000 area. 7144 at the extreme of the average trading range there. It can go through here if it wants to, but there is selling here and selling at this level also. So it's going to take a sleight of hand or some decent buying to drive the prices up. If this is a bottom that's in place, you can see where the market's sideways and has broke out, then what I'm looking for is this. So let me mark it up as opposed to talk about it. I'll go from this low to this high, and I'll be looking for prices to retrace down to 61.69, and if not, I'll certainly be looking for a less fib on this one, especially as we're heading towards September. I'm just going to throw in a few other fibs, which I wouldn't normally do, but given how this one's spiked to the upside, I would like to see where there is potentially other stops, as it were. So there we've got 6259. It's not that far away either. So this manipulation that we had makes it slightly a bit more difficult to draw in there, but we'll see how things pan out. Let's see if it manages to get through there first, and then we'll have a new high to mark up. Well, certainly some food for thought there, because it's certainly not coming down at the moment, when again it should really have a shakeout to the downside and then off to the upside. But at the moment it's not showing that, even though it is trading up on low volume. You're just getting these spikes here. Yesterday certainly shows a bit of an up move there with some sort of buying, but to get through this area it's going to have to really drive through, and then it's going to encounter the 76% retracement, and from this high down to this low you can see that 76 ties in with the 200 bar moving average, so a serious level there should prices trade to this level. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there's anything to report, I will let you know, but other than that, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.